If you own a TRK 702 and it's a little bit too tall for you, this is the video for you. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So today is the day that my TRK is going to Steve Jordan Motorcycles, who are a suspension specialist, to have the dogleg fitted to the rear spring, which is going to lower the bike by, I think, 4 centimeters. Why am I doing this? Well, I love the bike, but sadly I'm only 5'7" and I can't really get my feet down properly, and it's a little bit dodgy in a few places, especially when there's a camera on the road. So I can get the best benefits from the bike and really enjoy it, I'm lowering it. Now I've already fitted the lowered seat from Uncle Wang's. This is actually a really good replacement for the original. The original is rock hard and you do actually end up with really numb bum cheeks after a while. But this one is super soft and is also heated. So you can buy this on its own, or you can buy this as a package with the heated grips. I hear the heated grips aren't great, so I just bought the seat and I bought Oxford hot grips. But this is the -3 centimeter seat. I think it's around 110, something like that. But it is super comfortable, way more comfortable than the original. So I highly recommend this as a change as well. Okay, so let's do a before and after so you can see the difference and see whether it's worth doing for yourself. So at the moment, so both feet down, this is where I'm at with both feet down. So it is really ball of the feet. It's not quite tippy toes, but it is ball of the feet. Obviously with 1 foot up, I can go flat. Hello, baby. Obviously with 1 foot up on the pegs, I can go flat, but really, for me, I'd really like to be able to get at least kind of to there. So let's hope and see that gives me what I need. I love the bike, it's absolutely perfect, and is pretty good as a daily use as well as a touring bike. But there are a few occasions where it's just been a little bit iffy when you're turning a corner and there's a camber and you're stopping at the giveaway. I don't want disasters to happen, so I'd really like to enjoy the bike better, so that's why I'm having it done. The reason I'm not fitting it myself is because, although I used to be a mechanic, I'm kind of not that good at it anymore, and to be honest, I probably wouldn't trust myself. So that's why I'm having it done. But Steve Jordan Motorcycles in Bookham, been a motorcycle suspension specialist for over 30 years. They've worked on my bikes previously, and I trust their workmanship. So it's time now to head off. I'll be there in an hour. See you in a bit. So what does the kit look like? Well, here it is. So this is your dog leg that's going to take, this is going to sit where the spring used to sit, and the spring is going to sit into that, and that's a restraining bar that goes to the frame to stop it moving. And here we have from Wang's the shortened side stand so that it actually sits in the right place and doesn't sit too upright and fall over. All these are available from obviously different suppliers, but these came from Uncle Wang's. And what they're also doing for me today is fitting a new chain. So unfortunately the manufacturer's ones are made of butter and rust really easily. So I'm actually having a DID Gold VX3 fitted, and if you want to change your chain, you'll need a 520 and you'll need 118 links. So make sure you get that right, otherwise it won't fit properly and it won't match the rake on the sprocket. So it's a 520 VX3, 118 links. Okay, so I'm here at Steve Jordan Motorcycles, as you can see, and it's just about to go in. There she is. So I'm going to go and grab a brew while they're doing what they need to do, and touch base with you when it's done, about an hour and a half. All right. Okay guys, so I've just come back from Steve Jordan Motorcycles after having the work done, and oh my god, what an absolute game changer. If you have any doubts about having this done, do not think twice. This is absolutely the right thing to do. If, like me, you're a little bit vertically challenged, you love the bike, but actually it's just a little bit nerve-wracking where it's just that bit too high. So let's take a look and see where my feet are now. So I'll just put a little video in the side there showing where they were before, so you can do a comparison, and let's show where my feet are. So now I'm sitting on the same bike in the same position, and
sorry guys,
my foot is completely flat. And if we go and look at the other side, so both feet are completely flat on the floor. I'm so impressed with the change. It is absolutely incredible. Obviously you don't always need to put both feet down, but the problem for me was if it was going that side or it was going that side and I had that foot up on the pegs, then obviously I had to do this lunging thing to stop it dropping. But now I'm just, it's completely transformed the bike. I can't tell you. Okay, so just to show you as well, I actually left the original side stand on because the one that came from Uncle Wang's was actually longer. Even though the rake on it seemed to be sharper and deeper, it was actually too tall with the one from Uncle Wang's. So this is with the original stand on there, and you know, it is sitting a little bit taller than I'd like, but actually I'm okay with that. So let's just take a look at what's actually been done. Now I don't know if you can see through there. Now that is the dog leg piece that has been fitted. That is sitting where the shocker used to sit, and the shocker is now sitting in that lower placement. Okay, so basically that assembly, as you can see, that assembly is taking place of where the original was sitting. And also, as you remember, I said while it was there I had my new DID Gold VX3 chain fitted. So much better than the original. Just incredible quality of that chain. So just remember, it's the 520 VX3 and it's 118 teeth. Okay. So I guess you're all going to wonder what's it like actually riding it with the lower suspension on. So let's go for a ride and see what the difference is, if any. So let's go for a little ride and see what she feels like. So it actually feels exactly like it did. I know there's probably some psychological differences riding it, but the suspension feels the same. The kind of level, the bounciness level is the same. And obviously they've dropped the forks 20 mil through the yoke to level the bike out. So it's not sitting up at the front, but there really is no noticeable difference whatsoever. Obviously, apart from the fact that I can now put both feet down, which is what I've got here. So does it feel any bouncier? Not really, maybe a fraction softer, a bit more range in the spring, but I don't think you'd really notice that. So
as far as I can feel, there is no difference to it. You definitely feel lower, because obviously you are, but there's no change to my riding style. I had an hour and 10 minutes on the way back, and I didn't have to make any adjustments. I didn't feel the need to relearn the bike. It still rides exactly as it did before. So really, it's a bit of a win-win, really. I mean, sometimes you have modifications and you have to relearn, you know, your comfortable position and where you're sitting, but no, this modification has no changes to the ride, just the huge bonus of when you're stationary or you're pulling up or etc. like here. Before, I'd have to think about which side I'm going to put my foot down, and I was always veering to the right side. Now I can put whichever foot down I want, so it's much more like my Triumph days. Yeah, where I could get both feet down on that. So I'm more than happy with this. I think this is definitely the absolute game changer for this bike. I loved it before, and touring it and riding it through France and Switzerland was incredible, but you just had that nervousness every time you had to park up or get to a junction, or even walking it backwards was just virtually impossible. Easier to just get off and wheel it, sorry. But now walking backwards, yeah, I mean, I can walk that backwards absolutely fine. Incredible. So the cost to have this done was, including having a chain fitted, obviously, I spent £142 with Steve Jordan Motorcycles. As I say, that was the linkage fitted and the chain change. And they do road test the bikes afterwards, so they don't just put bits on and then give you the bike back. They fully road test them to make sure that they're functioning as they should. I think the kit worked out around 100, but there apparently is a better kit available from Lust Racing, and I'll try, and if I can find that link, I'll post it in the video now for you. Because one thing he did say was that the Benelli kit was slightly more complicated than it needed to be, and the Lust Racing one isn't. But this one is fitted perfectly fine and is perfectly safe, and it does the same thing. So yeah, absolutely, if you love your TRK but it's just a little bit too tall for you, this is the one. And I would actually say that having this fitted to an X might make the difference between you being able to get an X or just a road 702. I mean, for me, I didn't need the X because I'm never going off-road, but again, you could fit the same kit to the X. Okay, so there we have it. Perfect solution to the height problem on a TRK if you are vertically challenged. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend Steve Jordan. Absolute professionals there, and if, like me, you're really nervous about who works on your bike, I can't recommend them highly enough. Really easy to book in, but do book early. They are super busy, and as it's getting into the summer season, they fill up really, really quickly. But yeah, that is it. Hope that's been helpful for you. See you soon.